everyone, and welcome back to the student talk show, Your Secret Advisor, brought to you by the popular phrase, love your secret admirer. If you're wondering what all this means, that is your cue to stick around. And make sure to subscribe because you never know when the advice will apply to you. Okay, so here we have Alexa, and she's here to describe her concern. Hey Alexa, how are you doing?
Hey Ruth, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I'm glad you're here because I'm a freshman and it's been a month into school and I'm just really starting to miss home. It's just, I start to miss my family and my brother because he's still in high school, and I really miss my dog. Like just having a routine because I don't have a car here, I have to take the bus, and like when I'm at home I have like a set schedule, my favorite places to go, whereas here I'm kind of limited. I'm limited to like dining hall food basically.
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
Oh wow. Well, I could attest to that, the whole dog, and when you mentioned dining hall food, that kind of touched my soul.
It's a hit or miss, you know?
I was like, wait a second, I could attest to that. But you know what, somebody actually has been through this same situation, and they just have some advice for you. Would you like me to read the secret advisor advice? By the way, they're your secret advisor. Would you like me to read the advice, or would you like to read it? You'd like to read it? Okay, cool.
So it says, you're so lucky to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Think that other students you come in contact with may be feeling the same things you are. Keep in contact with home, but also try the equal balance of a new community that shows love you're so used to receiving. That way you can help each other out. When life gets you down, do you know what you've got to do? Just keep swimming.
Keep swimming. Well, that's this is running. But well, you know, I really I resonate with that advice. I feel like that was very deep on a lot of levels. So, do you have anything to say? Like, what are your thoughts on that advice?
I think the one sentence that kind of stuck out to me the most was where it says, "Keep home like close to you, but then don't be afraid to open yourself up to a new community." Because I do live in Illinois, so it is tempting to kind of just get a bus ticket and go home every weekend. But I think that's kind of closing me off to developing new friends and accepting Illinois as like a new community.
Have you found like maybe like an organization on campus, or maybe like just kind of put yourself around people to, you know, start growing those connections and stuff?
A little bit. Like, I'm really thankful that I have really cool people on my floor and on my dorm. Like, I get to eat dinner with them, so that kind of recreates that like sense of family. And then quad day, sometimes it is a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of clubs and a lot of going on. And then sometimes after school day, you're just tired and you don't want to make it to events.
Right.
But I feel like I should force myself to go to a few. That way I can make some new friends.
So I guess what I can say is that it's good news already, like that you even just miss home. You know, some people come here and they forget where they've come from. It's always important to remember where you've come from and never forget that, because that's most of the times, 99.9% of the times, why you're where you're at. So, yes. Do you have any questions, any final questions with that?
No, not that I can think of right now.
Okay.
What do you do though when you miss home and you miss cooked meals?
What do I do? That's a great question. I really just go home. I go home most of the time. No, not most of the time. I go home when I can. Yeah. But when I can't go home, I end up just probably most likely talking to them on the phone, or just doing FaceTime. And that's another thing I could suggest to you. Utilize the phone not only for social media, but also just to talk to, you know, people that you love, people that are close to you. Don't forget your friends back at home. Don't forget your family members or your dog. Please don't forget that dog.
I'll FaceTime my dog.
But just definitely utilize that. You can do their Skype as well on the internet or on the computer that you can use to, you know, keep into contact with them. But just make sure you're keeping into contact with somebody back at home so you don't forget where you've come from. But that's my advice, and that's what I do too. So if I can ever go home and if I ever want to go home, or if I have enough time, I'll just take a train or buy a train ticket. I'll probably just take a car or a bus or whatever, but I make sure to leave some time to, you know,
Because exams
Still
come up. You
Exams
can't
come
go
up.
home. You
That
wanna
is
go home,
true.
you
That
can't.
is true. So whenever exams come up or anything like that, obviously you gotta stay. You can't take your exam from home.
Yeah,
Wish we could,
I wish.
but you gotta kind of stay here. So utilize the phone to do productive things like talking to your family members or FaceTiming your dog or just other things. You can go to a restaurant and also be on FaceTime with your family. That's what the technology can be used for now, you know. But yeah, so that's my advice to you. Anything else? Any other last comments?
No, I think that's it. You helped a lot.
Well, guys, that's it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. And make sure to subscribe because you never know when that advice will apply to you. And I guess we'll see you this Thursday at our panel